So AC circuits, new chapter. It is easy, and in mains and advanced they are asking questions frequently. So problems are somewhat easy compared with other. That's why it is easy to hit the problems in these AC circuits. Okay. So before going to discuss in detail about the AC circuits, first of all we should know the terms direct current. So first one, direct current. It is called as DC, direct current. Direct current means if the electric current passing through the any conductor whose direction does not change with the time, then such current is called the direct current. Of course, the magnitude may be changed, but the direction should not be changed. Suppose here you see, if the current flowing through the conductor, always flowing through the conductor in any one direction, in this direction or in this direction. Suppose here it is flowing towards right. So if the direction of the current remains constant, magnitude may be changed or may not be changed in this direction. But whenever the electric current passes through the conductor whose direction does not change with time, then that is called the direct current. So it is called direct current. Okay. Example, electric current produced by the cell or battery. Electric current produced by cell or battery. Cell or battery. Next, alternating current. Alternating current. It is represented with AC simply. AC means alternating current. In our household supply and line in between two street poles, alternating current is there. So what is the alternating current? The electric current flowing through the conductor whose magnitude continuously changes with time and the direction varies periodically with time. That means for certain time, the electric current flowing through the conductor in one direction for in a particular time interval. In the next time interval, it flows in opposite direction. Like this, it continuously varies with the time. So if the electric current flowing through the conductor whose direction varies periodically with the time, then such type of electric current is called the alternating current. For example, you see here, suppose in a conductor, the electric current flowing through the conductor, how electric current flowing through the conductor varies with time. If it is represented like this, you see, this is the electric current flowing through the conductor. Here you see, initially the electric current flowing through the conductor whose magnitude varies continuously with time and reaches the maximum value here. That maximum value is represented with I naught. Okay, and gradually decreases and becomes zero at this position. And after that, the electric current reverses its direction because the current is in negative direction, negative current direction. That's why the electric current direction gets reversed, and in reverse direction, the current goes on increase and again reaches the maximum value after some time. Here, this is the maximum value, that is minus I naught say. And again from that, in negative direction, the electric current gradually decreases and again becomes zero. That means you see, suppose to change the current from this position to this position, if the time taken is say capital T by 2 seconds, because in simple harmonic motion already we know here the displacement of the particle in SHM first increase from the mean position, reaches maximum, then come back to the mean position and it becomes zero when it come back to the mean position. Time taken is T by 2. Similarly, in left extreme position, the particle travel, so that here also current varies in opposite direction, reaches maximum and comes to zero after T by 2 more seconds. Therefore, from the origin, the total time now becomes capital T. That means you see, for a time 0 to T by 2, that means during the time interval from T by 2, time interval T by 2 seconds, the electric current flowing in positive direction, of course, magnitude changes, but flowing in one direction. But from T by 2 to T, that means again the duration of the time is same, but the current is flowing in opposite direction. That means here, similarly, this continues. That means here the direction of the electric current flowing through the conductor varies periodically with time. In equal intervals of time, the direction of the current varies. No, for T by 2 seconds, the electric current flowing through the conductor in one direction. In another T by 2 seconds, it is flowing in opposite direction. Again, in T by 2 seconds, again it reverses. That means, in this way, the direction of the electric current flowing through the conductor varies periodically with time, then such electric current is called the alternating current. Best example for alternating current already we discussed in last week only. Example, AC generator we discussed it. So AC generator produces this type of current. AC generator. AC generator produces this type of current. Produces alternating current. Okay, now in case of alternating current, it is the best sinusoidally varying current is the alternating current. It is the domestic current, whatever we use, whatever the government supply to our houses, that is the domestic current only. The domestic current is the alternating current. Okay, next here the example for alternating current is this is sinusoidally varying current is one example for alternating current. It is one example. Next one, the current may vary in the form of sawtooth. In the form of sawtooth, like this also. Like this also. Like this we can draw. The current passing through the conductor varies in the form of sawtooth. You see here, in order to cut the wooden log, they use one saw, no? By means of saw machine, they move the saw to and fro. Here, when you observe the tooth of the saw is like this only, no? That's why it is called sawtooth wave. This is the sawtooth wave. It is the sine wave because the current, electric current flowing through the conductor varies with time sinusoidally. That's why it is the sine wave. It is the sine wave. Okay, it is the sawtooth wave. Sawtooth wave. So the alternating current flowing through the conductor varies with time in the form of sawtooth wave fashion. Okay, no doubt from this position to this position, the electric current linearly increases with time and reaches the maximum value here. This is I0. Then suddenly, after t/2 seconds, suddenly the direction of current is reversed and the reverse direction gradually decreases after t more seconds. After t/2 more seconds. That's why total time is t/2 plus t/2 t. Next plus t/2. That means 3t/2. Next it is 2t, like that. So it is the sawtooth wave fashion. Next, suppose if the electric current varies in its direction periodically with the time, represented by the graph like this. What is the shape of the waveform? It is square wave. Square waveform. Square waveform. Square waveform. Okay. So here also it is t/2. It is 3t/2 like that. That means every after t/2 seconds, the direction of the current is reversed. Here the current flowing through the conductor is in positive direction for t/2 seconds. In the next t/2 seconds, the direction of the current is reversed, and in reverse direction the current flows. But here magnitude of the current remains constant. During this time interval, the current flow, alternating current flowing through the conductor with constant magnitude. But after this much time, the current gets reversed, and in reverse direction, the same amount of magnitude flows. This type of current is also nothing but the alternating current. Okay, next here, suppose if the current varies. If the current flowing through the conductor varies in the form like this. What do we call this form? What do we call this form? Form of current, shape of the graph. What is the shape of the graph?
Zigzag,
Huh?
zigzag.
Triangle. This is triangle. This is triangle. So it is a triangular waveform. This is triangular waveform. Okay, here this is the peak value of current, maximum value of current. Here t/2, here t, 3t/2, like that. That means here also, every after t/2 seconds, the direction of the current gets reversed. Here in negative direction, the maximum current is minus I0. So it is RZ. So it is RZ, of course. Okay. In this way, there are different forms are there in case of alternating current. In case of alternating current. So in this way, we are having two types of currents, direct current and alternating current. In alternating current, there are different forms. There are different forms. In order to measure the direct current flowing through the conductors, we use the DC ammeters. DC డైరెక్ట్ కరెంట్ కండక్టర్స్ లో పాస్ అవుతున్నప్పుడు దాని ద్వారా ఆ కరెంట్ ని మెజర్ చేయడానికి యూజ్ చేసే డివైసెస్ మనం DC ammeter అంటాం. టు మెజర్ ద ఆల్టర్నేటింగ్ కరెంట్ ఫ్లోయింగ్ త్రూ ద కండక్టర్స్ వి యూజ్ ద AC ammeter ఆర్ హాట్ వైర్ మీటర్. AC ammeter లేదా హాట్ వైర్ meter. These are the devices used to measure the alternating current flowing through the conductor. Okay, here now we have to concentrate more on alternating current. Okay, shall I raise this one?
Sir,
చెప్పం.
సెకండ్ వన్ వేవ్ నేమ్ ఏంటన్నారు ఒకసారి చెప్పండి సార్.
ఏంటన్నా
సెకండ్ గ్రాఫ్ నేమ్ ఏంటన్నారు సార్?
1 minute. Speaker is not there.
Power on. You've plugged into Nirvana. Your device is ready.
సెకండ్ వేవ్ నేమ్ పేరు ఒకసారి చెప్పరా?
1 minute నా. Okay. Tell me.
సార్ సెకండ్ వేవ్ నేమ్ పేరు ఒకసారి చెప్పరా సార్?
Second wave. This one.
సెకండ్ వేవ్. Yes sir.
Here the shape
Yes sir.
the shape of this one is tooth in the saw blade. అంటే వుడెన్ లాక్స్ అంటే పెద్ద వుడెన్ లాక్స్ ని కట్ చేయడానికి సా మిషన్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఆ సా మిషన్స్ లో బ్లేడ్ మూవ్ అవుతుంటే దాన్ని కట్ చేసేస్తూ ఉంటుంది. వుడెన్ లాక్స్, చెక్క ముక్కలు, పెద్ద లాక్స్. ఆ సా మిషన్ లో దాని యొక్క టూత్ పళ్ళు కనుక అబ్జర్వ్ చేస్తే ఈ షేప్ లో ఉంటాయి. ఇట్లా ఐడియా ఉందా? ఆ షేప్ లో ఉన్నాయి కాబట్టి దిస్ ఇస్ కాల్డ్ సా టూత్ వేవ్. The alternating current flowing through the conductor varies with time according to this fashion. That's why as it is in the form of sawtooth, okay, in the saw machine, that's why it is called sawtooth wave. Okay, shall I write this totally?
Okay sir.
Okay. Okay, now we'll concentrate on alternating currents. Alternating current. Already I explained with example. Here, mainly we are having concepts related to sine wave. Suppose the alternating current flowing through the conductor varies with time according to the graph like this. According to the graph like this. No doubt it is a sine wave. How we can represent this one? Suppose if the displacement of the particle in SHM varies with time, okay, sinusoidally, then how we represented the displacement of the particle in SHM?
Sin omega t, sir.
I is equal to A sin omega t. Similarly here, the maximum value of alternating current here is equal to say I naught. Okay, and here we see, here for every t/2 seconds, the direction of the alternating current gets reversed. So this is t/2 seconds, this is t. Again, the same curve is repeated here. That means for every capital T seconds, in the same fashion, the current goes to the through the circuit. Okay, that's why it is called the time after which the same type of variation of the electric current with time repeats. That is called the time period of the alternating current. That's why this is the time period. T, time period of the alternating current. Time period of AC. Whenever time period is there, then in 1 second, how many times this type of waves are produced? That is the frequency. So frequency of alternating current. Frequency is the reciprocal of time period, no? So frequency of alternating current. Frequency of AC, that is F. Angular frequency omega is equal to, we can write 2 pi F, or that is equal to 2 pi by capital T, no? This omega is called angular frequency. Angular frequency of alternating current. Angular frequency of alternating current. In SHM, it is the angular frequency of the oscillating particle, frequency of the particle, time period of the oscillating particle. Okay. Now, how we can represent this? Tell me. How we can represent? Suppose at any instant of time t, the current here is say I. Then how we can represent? Suppose at any instant of time t, the displacement of the particle is say y. Then y is equal to a sin omega t. No? A is the maximum displacement. Here, how we can represent? Similarly, as displacement of the particle in SHM, how we can represent this I? Tell me.
A sin omega t, sir.
I is equal to A. Instead of A, what is there here?
I, sir.
I
I
naught.
not sin omega t.
Sin omega t. This is here. This is the alternating current passing through the conductor at any instant of time. That's why it is called instantaneous current. Instantaneous current. Instantaneous current. లేదా instantaneous alternating current. Alternating current. Okay, that is I is equal to I naught sin omega t. Here this is the alternating current passing through the conductor at any instant of time t. That is the instantaneous current. Here the maximum value of alternating current is I naught. No. Here, whenever the current passing through the conductor here varies with time periodically, then the maximum value of alternating current in magnitude, that is equal to I naught. No. That I naught is called the peak value of alternating current or maximum value of alternating current. So peak value of alternating current, peak value of AC or maximum value of AC, maximum value of AC. That means the alternating current flowing through the conductor can be measured in different ways. One, with the help of the instantaneous current. With the peak current, we can measure. Similarly, RMS value of alternating current is there. RMS value of alternating current means root mean square value of alternating current is there. Next, average value of alternating current is there. Up to that, okay, we have to discuss. Okay. So what is the RMS value of alternating current? Next. Root mean square value of alternating current. Root mean square value of AC. దీని సింపుల్ గా RMS value of AC. RMS value of AC. We can say. Okay. R. దీని virtual value of AC అని కూడా అంటాం. Virtual value of AC. Or it is also called as the effective value of AC. Effective value of AC. All are same. Okay, these are represented with say IRMS. RMS current. So we have to discuss this RMS value of alternating current. How we can measure this? What is the RMS value of alternating current? Of course, root mean square value of alternating current. What is it? What does it mean? Actually, whenever the current passes through the conductor in one direction, that is taken as positive. At the same time, in opposite direction, current passes. It is in negative direction. So, in order to define the root mean square value of alternating current, they said that when alternating current passing through the conductor for certain time, that conductor is having some resistance. When alternating current passing through the conductor for certain time, whatever the heat energy produced, alternating current ante flow of electrons kadandi, conductor lo electric current flow avutundi. Electric current flow avutunnappudu, as that conductor offers some resistance, definitely according to the formula I square RT, heat energy is produced. That I square is the heat energy produced across in the resistance depends on the direction of flow of current. Heat energy is a scalar. So when you send the current in clockwise, when you send the current in towards left or towards right, always heat energy is produced. So when alternating current passing through the conductor having certain resistance in a given time, whatever the heat energy produced, in order to produce the same amount of heat energy by the direct current, by sending the direct current in the same circuit or in the same current conductor, whatever the direct current we need, such direct current is called the RMS value of the alternating current. Ante RMS value of alternating current ni alternating current ni oka conductor లేదా ఒక resistor ఒక circuit ద్వారా పాస్ చేసినప్పుడు ఒక పర్టికులర్ టైం లో ఎంత హీట్ ఎనర్జీ అయితే ప్రొడ్యూస్ అవుతుందో అదే హీట్ ఎనర్జీ ప్రొడ్యూస్ కావాలంటే ఎంత మ్యాగ్నిట్యూడ్ గల డైరెక్ట్ కరెంట్ మనం పాస్ చేస్తున్నామో ఆ సర్క్యూట్ లో ఆ డైరెక్ట్ కరెంట్ వాల్యూని మనం RMS value of the alternating current అంటాం. That is the definition of the RMS value of alternating current. So RMS value of alternating current is the direct current which is passing through the conductor for a given time, produces some heat energy as the heat energy produced by the alternating current when passing through the same conductor for the same time. That is the definition of the alternating current. Okay, now suppose here there is a conductor having resistance R. When you pass the direct current DC, that is equal to, which is called IRMS, root mean square value of alternating current. In the same conductor, you send the alternating current, instantaneous current I. Here, what is the heat energy produced in this case? In case of direct current, what is the heat energy produced? Suppose in a given time interval, delta T, heat energy produced is what?
I square
I square R into delta T. Delta T is the time interval. Because this DC current is constant, no? That's why I square R into delta T. This is equal to IDC square R. IDC square means we can write IRMS square, no? Because the direct current is the RMS current, no? IRMS square R into delta T. Okay, here when alternating current is passing through this one, AC alternating current is passing through this conductor. Here the alternating current varies with time, no? Alternating current varies with time. Here, when alternating current varies with time, that's why we cannot write directly I square R delta T like that, because I is not constant. That's why, first of all, for the small interval of time, the heat energy produced across the same distance is I square R into dt, no? In a small interval of time, there is no considerable change in the current passing through the AC current passing through the conductor. That's why in a small interval of time, the heat energy produced is equal to dH. That is equal to this one. Okay, therefore total heat energy produced by AC is equal to integral of I square R dt. Limits. Here, suppose if you measure the heat energy produced in the time interval delta T, here also we have to find the time. We have to send the alternating current for the same time. Suppose here current is passed to this conductor from 0 to t seconds. Here also from 0 to t seconds only we have to take. Suppose if you send the current from 0 to t by 2, here also 0 to t by 2 only we have to take. Okay, that's why this is equal to IRMS square R into delta T means t minus 0, that means t. Here t is equal to 0 to capital T. In 0 to t seconds, the heat energy produced by DC current or RMS current is this one. In the same interval 0 to t seconds, the heat energy produced is this one. Whenever heat energy produced by the direct current and heat energy produced by the alternating current in the given time in the same conductor are equal, at that time, whatever the direct current, that is called RMS current. So according to the definition of the RMS current, you make these two are equal. HDC is equal to HAC. HDC means IRMS square into RT is equal to here integral I square R into dt. So 0 to capital T. T is equal to 0 to capital T. Okay. Shall I write this one?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next, moreover, whenever the alternating current varies with time sinusoidally according to this formula, I is equal to I naught sin omega t. At the same time, the potential difference is equal to, you multiply with the R on both sides. IR is equal to I naught into R sin omega t. IR is the V. I naught R is the maximum potential difference. That's why V naught into sin omega t. So the same can be represented with potentials also. So all that potential difference are all voltage across the conductor or across the resistor also varies with time sinusoidally or periodically. So that's why that voltage is also called as the alternating voltage or alternating potential difference across the conductor or across the resistor. And a current etlite sinusoidally vary avutundo ikkada, through this resistor how the electric current alternating current varies sinusoidally with time, the potential difference or voltage across this conductor also varies sinusoidally with the time. That's why we can represent the alternating voltage as V is equal to V naught sin omega t, and here V is equal to V naught sin omega t. This V is called instantaneous voltage, peak value of alternating voltage. Everything is remaining all same. In our India, the alternating current, our India produces the alternating current with a frequency 50 Hz. Wherever in America, I heard that they produces the electric current with a frequency 100 Hz. Okay, that depends on the devices. Okay, now okay, here we have calculated that one. No? So I RMS square into RT is equal to integral. What about I value? Just now we observe no here. What is the instantaneous current passing through the conductor? As we are taking the sinusoidally varying current is equal to I naught sine omega t. No, that's why here I means I naught sine omega t. Whole square is there. You write a whole square into R into dt. As R is constant, we can cancel directly. Therefore, I RMS square into T is equal to, here T is equal to 0 to capital T. No? Here this is equal to I naught square sine square omega t into dt 0 to t. That is equal to I naught square is constant, you write outside I naught square into integral sine square omega t can be written as 1 minus cos 2 omega t whole by 2 no into dt, right sir? This can be written like this no. Okay, limits t is equal to 0 to capital T. Can we write like this or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Sir.
therefore I RMS square is equal to I naught square, you can write outside by 2. 2 also we can write outside. Now integral 1 minus cos 2 omega t into dt. So t is equal to 0 to t. That is equal to I naught square by 2 into, tell me what is the integration of this one? Integral 1 into dt means t minus cos 2 omega t means sine 2 omega t by 2. Okay. Integration of cos 2 omega t means plus sine 2 omega t by 2 no. Okay, limits 0 to capital T. 0 to capital T. So which is equal to I naught square by 2. I naught square by 2. Now you substitute the limits. First, instead of small t, you will substitute capital T minus sine 2 omega. 2 omega means 2 pi by t into capital T. Instead of t, you substitute capital T. 2 pi by t into t means tt cancel. 2 pi. 2 pi into 2. 4 pi. Sine 4 by 0. 0 by something 0. That's why this term becomes 0. Now we substitute lower limit. When you substitute lower limit, definitely t is 0. When you substitute t is equal to 0, sine 0 0. That's why you get 0 only. Therefore, here I RMS square into t no. So I RMS square into t is equal to this one. Tt cancel. That implies I RMS is equal to I naught by root 2. You will get no. This is the RMS value of the alternating current, which varies sinusoidally with time. For sinusoidally varying alternating current only, this is the RMS value of alternating current. Suppose if you take the sawtooth wave or any other wave, the RMS value is not this formula. RMS value is not I naught by root 2. That will vary. So in case of sinusoidally varying alternating current, what is the RMS value means generally I naught by root 2. This is the formula. For sawtooth wave or for any square wave or anything, by this method only we have to find the RMS value. By this method only. So IRMS into RT is equal to square root of integral I square R dt. I. Suppose if you are given the sawtooth wave, we have to write the equation for sawtooth wave and we have to substitute here. If it is given triangular form, we have to write the equation of the side of the triangle and we have to substitute here instead of this one. Okay. Suppose if semicircle is there, semicircular waveform is there, semicircular circle equation we have to write. Based on the shape of the waveform, we have to write the instantaneous current here. Not for all. This is the formula for sinusoidally varying current. So IRMS is equal to I naught by root 2. Similarly, RMS voltage of the alternating current means same formula, because if alternating current varies sinusoidally with time, alternating voltage also varies sinusoidally with time. That's why the RMS value of alternating voltage is also equal to V naught by root 2. We can write. For this type of waveform only, I am telling. Similarly, VRMS is equal to V naught by root 2, where V naught is the peak voltage or maximum voltage of the alternating current, and it is the root mean square value of alternating current. Okay, note down. Fast note change. ఇది అరేంజ్ చేసేయచ్చా?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Next, average value of alternating current. Average or mean value of alternating current. Mean value of AC. దీన్ని I average తో రిప్రజెంట్ చేస్తారు. ఇట్లా రిప్రజెంట్ చేయొచ్చు. ఆర్ యావరేజ్ సింబల్ ఇట్లా ఉంటుంది కదా, ఇట్లా కూడా రిప్రజెంట్ చేయొచ్చు. I average value of alternating current. So here the alternating current varies with time according to the graph like this. It is T by 2, it is T like that. Okay, here for a time T by up to T by 2 seconds, capital T by 2 seconds, the current is flowing in opposite direction, one direction, and from T by 2 to T means again in the time interval T by 2 only. T by 2 to T means time interval T by 2 only no. That's why in the time interval from T by 2 to T also the electric current flowing same but in opposite direction. That's why when you take the average value of this one plus average value of this one, they will be cancelled because it is positive, it is negative. Whatever the average value of the current from 0 to T by 2 seconds, the average value of current from T by 2 to T is also same, but it is positive, it is negative. When you take the average value of alternating current from 0 to capital T, then that becomes a 0. That's why average value of the alternating current over the full cycle, one complete cycle, or during the time period capital T, that is 0. That's why to determine the average value of alternating current, we have to find the average value of alternating current over the half of the time period only. That means T by 2 up to T by 2 seconds only. We have to consider the average value of alternating current for the half of the cycle of AC signal only, AC current only. Okay, so here we have to find what is the average value of alternating current. How we can find? Here there is one definition for this also. To find the average value of alternating current, what is the value of the direct current required? The value of the direct current required to send the same amount of charge in a given time as it produced by the alternating current in the same time in the given circuit. అంటే ఒక సర్క్యూట్ లో ఎంత డైరెక్ట్ కరెంట్ మనం పాస్ చేసినప్పుడు ఒక పర్టికులర్ టైం వరకు అది ఎంత ఛార్జ్ అయితే సప్లై చేస్తుందో ఆ పర్టికులర్ టైంలో అంతే ఛార్జ్ ఆల్టర్నేటింగ్ కరెంట్ పాస్ చేసినప్పుడు అదే టైంలో అంతే ఛార్జ్ ప్రొడ్యూస్ కావాలి. అట్లా అయితే అప్పుడు అక్కడ మనం పంపించిన డైరెక్ట్ కరెంట్ యొక్క వాల్యూని మనం యావరేజ్ వాల్యూ ఆఫ్ ఆల్టర్నేటింగ్ కరెంట్ అంటాం. యావరేజ్ వాల్యూ ఆఫ్ ఆల్టర్నేటింగ్ కరెంట్. ఓకే, సో ఇక్కడ సపోజ్ ద డైరెక్ట్ కరెంట్ నీడెడ్ టు supply the or to send the same amount of charge in the given time as it produced by the alternating current is say IDC. That IDC is also equal to I average. That is called I average because for this IDC or I average both produce the same charge in the given time. Okay, that's why how we can find the charge produced in the given time interval from 0 to T by 2 seconds. So charge produced by direct current is equal to QDC. Charge produced by alternating current is QAC. Both must be equal. What is the charge produced by the direct current? Tell me. IDC into time interval delta T. Delta T means T by 2. In the same time, in the same duration of the time T by 2, in order to produce the same amount of charge by the alternating current. Here is the alternating current is constant. It varies with time. That's why in a small interval of time, the charge sent by the alternating current is in a small interval of time dt is equal to I into dt, right sir? dq is the charge produced by the alternating current in a small interval of time dt అయితే since dq is equal to I is equal to dq by dt. Okay, therefore dq is equal to I into dt, right kada? So this is the charge produced by the alternating current in a small interval of time dt. Then what is the charge produced by the alternating current in the same circuit in the time interval from 0 to T by 2? 0 to T by 2 time లో alternating current ఒక సర్క్యూట్ లో ఎంత ఛార్జ్ అయితే ప్రొడ్యూస్ చేస్తుందో అదే ఛార్జ్ ని ప్రొడ్యూస్ చేయాలంటే అదే టైం ఇంటర్వల్ అంటే 0 to T by 2 సెకండ్స్ అంటే ఇదేగా అదే టైం ఇంటర్వల్ లో ఎంత డైరెక్ట్ కరెంట్ దీనికి ఈక్వల్ ఛార్జింగ్ ప్రొడ్యూస్ చేస్తుందో ఆ డైరెక్ట్ కరెంట్ ని న్యూమరికల్ గా యావరేజ్ వాల్యూ ఆఫ్ ఆల్టర్నేటివ్ కరెంట్ అంటారు. దట్స్ వై దిస్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు యావరేజ్ వాల్యూ ఆఫ్ ఆల్టర్నేటివ్ కరెంట్. I average into T by 2 is equal to integral 0 to T by 2. I means I naught sin omega t into dt. Okay. Now from this I average is equal to into T by 2 is equal to, so one minute, you see what is I into dt? What is I into dt? Okay, later I will discuss about that. So I average into T by 2 is equal to I naught is constant, you keep outside the integration, into sin omega t dt. Limits t is equal to 0 to T by 2. So I average into T by 2 is equal to I naught into minus cos omega t by omega, no, 0 to T by 2. So this is equal to, you write minus 1 by omega outside. So minus I naught by omega into cos omega t. Cos omega t 0 to T by 2. So minus I naught by omega means 2 pi by capital T. That means into T into first upper limit you substitute. When you substitute T by 2, what is the value you will get? Tell me. Cos 2 pi by T into T by 2. 2 pi by T into T by 2. 2 cancel. T cancel. So pi no. 2 pi by T into T by 2. And T cancel. Throughout the 2 cancel. And cos pi. Cos pi into minus 1 again. Minus 1. When you substitute the lower limit. When you substitute the lower limit, you put minus sign. Cos 0. 1. So minus 2. So this minus 2 here, this 2 cancel. Then remaining is, what is that value? Here T also cancel. Okay, therefore I naught by pi we have I average into 1 by 2 is equal to this one, or I average is equal to 2 I naught by pi. This is the average value of the sinusoidally varying alternating current. So we derived these formulas, average value of alternating current and RMS value of alternating current, only in case of sinusoidally varying current. That is important. For that only these are the formulas. Suppose if any sawtooth wave etc. are given, then average value of currents are not, formulas are not same. Okay, this is only for sinusoidally varying currents. So this is the average value of current. Okay, now from this what are the inference can be drawn from these observations? We have to discuss note point. Note points. Note. For sinusoidally varying currents. Tell me what is RMS value of current? What is the value you got? I naught by
I naught by
root 2. I average is
2 I naught by pi.
2 I naught by pi. Okay. In general, for any type of wave, మీకు ఇందాక ఫార్ములా డెరైవ్ చేసేటప్పుడు heat produced by the direct current which is same as that of the alternating current అని చెప్పి, that direct current is called RMS current అని చెప్పాం కదా. అంటే IRMS square R into T is equal to integral, ఇక్కడ ఏం చెప్పా, I square R into dt, limits 0 to T. ఇదేగా చెప్పింది. ఓకే, దీనితో రైట్ సార్, ఇక్కడ RR క్యాన్సిల్ అండి. This is equal to integral I square dt, limits 0 to T by T. ఈ బై ఈ T ఇక్కడ తీసుకొచ్చాను, అప్పుడు IRMS square is equal to this by T. T అంటే ఇట్లా రైట్ సార్, integrals dt small t, integral dt 0 to T అంటే T నేగా. This T can be written like this, integral 0 to T I square dt. ఓకేనా? అప్పుడు IRMS అంటే in general IRMS is equal to square root of this one, అంటే integral I square dt 0 to t by integral dt 0 to t. Of course, ఇది ఇట్లా రాయాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు, సింపుల్ గా t అని కూడా రాసేసుకోవచ్చు. Integral I square dt 0 to t by t. We can write like this. This is the general formula for RMS value of the alternating any type of alternating current. అది sawtooth wave ఏ వేవ్ అయినా సరే, sawtooth wave అయితే ఆ స్ట్రైట్ లైన్ ఉంటుంది, ఇట్లా ఇంక్లైన్డ్ లైన్, దానికి ఈక్వేషన్ రాసి ఆ ఈక్వేషన్ లో I వాల్యూ హౌ ఇట్ వేరీస్ విత్ టైం ఆ ఈక్వేషన్ నోట్ చేయాలి. ఓకేనా, ఇది ఇన్ జనరల్ అండి. అట్లాగే I యావరేజ్ కనుక తీసుకుంటే మన ఫార్ములా డిరైవ్ చేసినప్పుడు I యావరేజ్ కి I యావరేజ్ ఏం రాసాం, I is equal to dq by t, dq by dt. అప్పుడు dq is equal to I into t కదా. అయితే I average into capital T is equal to integral I into dt, లిమిట్స్ 0 to t రాసాం, అవునా, ఇదేగా రాసింది. బట్ వాట్ ఈస్ I into dt? వాట్ ఈస్ I into dt? In the graph you see IT graph. So if you draw the IT graph like this, here I is the electric current passing through the conductor at any instant of time t. అక్కడ కరెంట్ I. ఇది ఆల్టర్నేటివ్ కరెంట్ కి టైం కి మధ్య గ్రాఫ్ అండి. ఇప్పుడు at a time t you imagine a small stick, ఒక స్మాల్ ఎలిమెంట్ ని ఈ కర్వ్ మీద ఇమాజిన్ చేయండి. దీనికి విడ్త్ dt అనుకోండి, దీని విడ్త్ dt. ఇక్కడ ఆల్మోస్ట్ ఆల్ వెరీ స్మాల్ ఎలిమెంట్ కాబట్టి కరెంట్ రిమైన్స్ కాన్స్టెంట్ ఫర్ దిస్ టైమ్ ఇంటర్వల్ dt. సో I into dt gives what? Area under this element. Area under this element. Area between this element and time axis, లేదా area under this element. I into dt అంటే ఏరియానే కదండి. y axis మీద క్వాంటిటీ ఇంటూ x axis మీద క్వాంటిటీ అంటే ఏరియానే కదా. కాబట్టి I into dt gives area under this element. Okay, so area under the element is equal to I into dt. I into dt. This type of elements can be imagined from 0 to t by 2. This type of elements can be imagined from t is equal to 0 to t is equal to t by 2. Okay, infinite number of elements can be imagined. So to find the area under all the elements from 0 to t by 2, just you find the area under one element and you do integration between 0 to t. That's why this integral I into dt gives the area under this IT
0 to t by 2 కదా సార్.
0 to t by 2. Yes, sorry. 0 to t by 2. So 0 to t by 2 మధ్యలో ఉన్న ఈ IT కర్వ్ యొక్క కర్వ్ కిను టైం యాక్సిస్ మధ్యలో ఏరియాని ఇస్తుంది. అదేగా ఈ వాల్యూ మరి బై క్యాపిటల్ T. That's why I average is equal to area under graph up to t by 2 time whole by total time t. లేదా వాడేమన్నా పర్టికులర్ గా ఫ్రమ్ 0 to t వాట్ ఈస్ ద యావరేజ్ కరెంట్ అన్నాడు అనుకోండి, అప్పుడు ఆ 0 to t సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేయండి, మీకు ఈ కేసులో 0 వస్తుంది. ఇక్కడ ఎందుకంటే ఇది పాజిటివ్ ఏరియా, ఇది నెగిటివ్ ఏరియా, రెండింటిని యాడ్ చేస్తే 0 వచ్చేస్తుంది కదా. If you find the average value of alternating current from 0 to t seconds, you will get 0, because from 0 to t seconds, this area is plus a, this area is minus a. That's why when you find the total area a plus minus a, అంటే cancel అయిపోతే 0 by something 0 నే కదా. కాబట్టి average value of alternating current over the complete cycle is 0. Therefore, average value of AC over complete cycle is 0. This is also very, very important. Here, already in order to measure the alternating current flowing through the conductor or any circuit, we use the device called AC ammeter, no? AC ammeter or hot wire meter. That AC ammeter or hot wire meter, they give RMS value of the current only. They give the RMS value of current only. That is next note point. Third one, AC ammeter and hot wire meter. Hot wire meter gives RMS value of AC only. AC ammeter and hot wire meter gives RMS value of AC only. Okay, so ఇక్కడ ఈ ఏసీ అమ్మీటర్ తోటి డైరెక్ట్ కరెంట్ మెజర్ చేసాం అనుకోండి, ఏసీ అమ్మీటర్ తో డైరెక్ట్ కరెంట్ ని మెజర్ చేస్తే దట్ గివ్స్ ద జీరో డిఫ్లెక్షన్, బికాస్ డీసీ అమ్మీటర్ తోటి ఏసీ కరెంట్ ని మెజర్ చేస్తే షోస్ ద జీరో రీడింగ్, బికాస్ డీసీ అమ్మీటర్ గివ్స్ ద average value of the current over the complete cycle. Average value of the current over the complete cycle అంటే జీరో అయిపోతుంది కదా. కాబట్టి DC ammeter తోటి మనం ఆల్టర్నేటివ్ కరెంట్ పాసింగ్ తో సర్క్యూట్ కనుక ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేస్తే జీరో రీడింగ్ చూపెడుతుంది కాబట్టి సో నో కరెంట్ పాసింగ్, వీ డోంట్ ఫీల్ దట్ నో కరెంట్ పాసింగ్ త్రూ ద కండక్టర్ అని చెప్పి దాని కండక్టర్ టచ్ చేయకూడదు. సో వీ హ్యావ్ టు మెజర్ ద ఆల్టర్నేటివ్ కరెంట్ విత్ AC ammeter only. It shows DC ammeter shows zero reading because DC ammeter gives the average value of the alternating current over the complete cycle. That's why it shows zero reading only. Okay. Idi AC ammeter or hot wire ammeter. They give the RMS value of the alternating current only. So that is also important one. Next. Suppose in a circuit, simultaneously direct current is passed and at the same time alternating current is also passed. That alternating current is equal to I, which is equal to instantaneous current I, which is equal to I naught sin omega t. Both are passed at the same time. Both are passed at the same time. Then what is the RMS value of the here? When DC ammeter is when direct current is passed here, whenever the direct current passes and DC ammeter is connected in the circuit in series, then it shows some reading IDC. When alternating current is passing through the circuit, then the AC ammeter gives also reading. AC ammeter reading RMS reading kada, దాని నుంచి maximum value of alternating current find out చేస్తే I naught వచ్చింది. సో ఇప్పుడు DC current, AC current రెండింటిని simultaneous గా ఒకేసారి పంపించాం. When DC and AC are passing through conductor simultaneously, passing through the conductor simultaneously or at a time, then what is the resultant RMS value of the current? What is the resultant current in this case? How we can find resultant current? This type of problem is there in our material also. What is the net current? What is the net current in that case? ఏం చేయాలి? RMS value of current find out చేయాలంటే ఏం చేయాలండి? RMS value of current find out చేయాలంటే ఏం చేయాలి?
DC current AC
RMS is equal to square root of, ఇక్కడ I value ఎంత అవుతుంది? నెట్ కరెంట్ ఏమవుతుంది ఇక్కడ? At any instant of time net current is equal to IDC plus I కదా?
Yes, sir.
At any instant of time alternating current IDC, AC current I at any instant of time t. అప్పుడు టోటల్ గా నెట్ కరెంట్ ఎంత అంటే ఇదే కదా. కాబట్టి ఆ నెట్ కరెంట్ స్క్వేర్ అంటే IDC
I sin omega t.
IDC plus I whole square, I square ఫార్ములా ఏమొచ్చింది మనకి? I square dt. Integral of I square dt limits t is equal to 0 to capital T by integral dt 0 to t అంటే క్యాపిటల్ టీ నేగా. ఈ ఫార్ములాలో సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేయండి. ఐడిసి అంటే ఐడిసినే, వాడు I1 ఏదో ఇస్తాడు. I అంటే I నాట్ sin omega t ఇక్కడ సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేయండి, సింప్లిఫై చేయండి. దెన్ దాని నుంచి RMS వాల్యూ ఆఫ్ ఆల్టర్నేటింగ్ కరెంట్ వస్తుంది. ఓకే, ఒక ఎగ్జాంపుల్ చెప్తున్నాను. This is in our material also. One minute. Okay, an AC ammeter is used to measure. Listen the problem. An AC ammeter is used to measure the current in a circuit. When a given direct current passes through the circuit, the ammeter reads 3 ampere. When the direct current passes, direct current ఎంత పాస్ అయితే అదే రీడింగ్ చూపెడుతుందండి. When another alternating current passing through the circuit, the AC ammeter reads 4 ampere. Then the reading of this meter if DC and AC flows through the circuit simultaneously. That is the case. Okay. So ఇప్పుడు దీంట్లో అంటే డైరెక్ట్ కరెంట్ పాస్ చేసినప్పుడు AC ammeter మనకి డైరెక్ట్ రీడింగ్ ఇస్తుంది. ఎందుకంటే DC ammeter ద్వారా whenever the direct current is passing through them, that AC ammeter measures the RMS current only. RMS current means that is equal to direct current only. That's why it does not change any current. That shows the correct reading of the direct current. Okay. First of all, when direct current is passed, the AC ammeter gives the direct current reading only. That IDC is equal to say I1 to represent simply I1. Tarvata, when AC ammeter, when AC current is made to pass through the conductor, then AC ammeter gives what is the type of current? AC ammeter gives what type of current?
Alternative.
IRMS current, no? IRMS current. That's why that IRMS, the AC ammeter reads IRMS current, which is equal to I2 on its check, which is equal to I2. When both sense simultaneously, then what is the reading shown? What is the reading shown by the AC ammeter? So what is the reading of this ammeter if DC and AC both flows through the circuit simultaneously? Okay. అంటే రెండింటిని ఒకేసారి పంపించినప్పుడు మనకి ammeter చూపించే AC ammeter చూపించే రీడింగ్ దట్ ఈస్ ద కేస్. సో IRMS రెండింటిని ఒకేసారి పంపించినప్పుడు AC ammeter చూపించే రీడింగ్ అంటే RMS కరెంటే కదా. దట్ RMS కరెంట్ ఈస్ ఈక్వల్ టు స్క్వేర్ రూట్ ఆఫ్ IDC అంటే I1 ప్లస్ I అంటే ఇక్కడ RMS కరెంట్ ఇదండి. RMS వాల్యూ ఆఫ్ ది కరెంట్ ఇది. కానీ ఇక్కడ ఈ ఫార్ములాలో I0 sin omega t కదా మనం సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేయాల్సింది హోల్ స్క్వేర్. ఓకే, ఇంటూ dt ఇంటిగ్రల్ 0 to capital T by capital T. This is equal to square root of expand చేసేయండి. ఇంటిగ్రల్ I1 square plus I0 square sin square omega t plus 2I1 I0 sin omega t whole square into dt. Integral 0 to t whole by capital T. ఇదేగా. This is equal to square root of ఇప్పుడు ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ చేద్దాం.
I1 square into capital T, sir.
ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ చేసే ముందు ఓకే I1 square
Into capital.
ఇంటూ టీ ఫస్ట్ ఇట్లా సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేద్దాం ప్లస్ తర్వాత ఇంటిగ్రేట్ చేద్దాం. ఇక్కడ కూడా మార్చాలిగా మనం. ప్లస్ I0 స్క్వేర్ ఇంటూ ఇంటిగ్రల్ I0 స్క్వేర్ ఇంటూ సైన్ స్క్వేర్ ఒమేగా టీ అంటే ఏం రాసుకోవచ్చండి? 1 minus cos
2 omega t by 2
plus 2I1 I0 sin omega as it is వచ్చేసేయండి. ఓకే, ఇంటూ dt హోల్ బై t లిమిట్స్ 0 to t. ఇప్పుడు ఏమైనా వస్తుంది చెప్పండి? స్క్వేర్ రూట్ ఆఫ్ I1 స్క్వేర్ ఇంటూ dt ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ చేస్తే మనకి I1 ఇంటూ స్మాల్ t వస్తుంది ప్లస్ I0 స్క్వేర్ కీప్ అసైడ్.
sir I1 square కదా sir.
I1 స్క్వేర్ I0 స్క్వేర్ ఇంటూ 1 అంటే t మైనస్ cos 2 omega t ఇంటిగ్రేషన్
sin 2 omega t by 2 sir.
sin 2 omega t by 2 హోల్ బై 2 ఇక్కడ. ఓకేనా?
Yes sir.
ప్లస్ 2I1 I0 ఇంటూ sin omega t అంటే మైనస్
cos
omega t by omega. ఇక్కడ కూడా 2 omega కదండి, ఇక్కడ 2 omega.
yes.
ఓకే, ఇది ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ అండి. ఇప్పుడు లిమిట్ సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేయాలి. 0 to capital T హోల్ బై క్యాపిటల్ T. దాని వాల్యూ ఎంత వస్తుంది చెప్పండి?
సార్ మనం స్టార్టింగ్ లో IRMS క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేసాం సార్.
అక్కడ I2 వాల్యూ సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేయాలి. అక్కడ I2 వాల్యూ సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేయాలి.
వేయలేదు సార్, బై 2 తీసుకున్నాం సార్ అక్కడ వేసినప్పుడు.
ఇక్కడ IRMS అంటే ఇది వేరు ఇది వేరు. ఇది IRMS డాష్ అనుకోండి. ఇది రెండింటిని పాస్ చేసినప్పుడు ఇదేమో ఓన్లీ AC కరెంట్ పాస్ చేసినప్పుడు. ఇక్కడ దీంట్లో
ఇక్కడ sin 2 omega t కి ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ ఐ మీన్ మైనస్ cos 2 omega t కి ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ sin 2 omega t by 2 omega తీసుకున్నాం కదా సార్.
2 omega అంతే.
ఫస్ట్ క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేసినప్పుడు బై 2 మాత్రమే వేసాం సార్, బై 2 omega తీసుకోలేదు
సార్ అప్పుడు.
ఇక్కడ 1 minus cos 2 omega హోల్ బై 2 అది ఇది.
సార్ మీరు
తీసుకున్నప్పుడు సార్ ఇందాక క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేసినప్పుడు సార్ బై 2 omega తీసుకోకుండా ఓన్లీ బై 2 తీసుకున్నాం సార్.
2 omega వస్తుందమ్మా. అది అక్కడ 0 అయిపోయింది కాబట్టి మనకేమి డిఫరెన్స్ రాలేదు. 2 వస్తుంది కంపల్సరీ. ఓకేనా? అదే 2 omega వస్తుంది కంపల్సరీ. ఓకే,
ఓకే
ఓకేనా?
ఓకే సార్.
Now you substitute
అంటే
the data.
ఇప్పుడు ఐఆర్ఎంఎస్ ఈక్వల్ టు I0 బై √2 ఒమేగా వస్తుందా సార్?
దీనిగా
అవును సార్.
దీనికి అట్లా ఎందుకు వస్తుంది? ఇది రాదు, ఇదేం సైన్సైడలీ వేరింగ్ కరెంట్ ఒకటే కాదు,
కాదు సార్.
డైరెక్ట్
ఇందాక అది మారుతుంది కదా సార్ అప్పుడు ఒమేగా తీసుకుంటే
అది
డినామినేటర్.
జీరో అయిపోతుంది అన్న. అక్కడ టీ వాల్యూ సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేసినప్పుడు జీరో అయిపోతుంది, అందుకని ఆ వాల్యూ అసలు లేదు అక్కడ, జీరో నలిఫై అయిపోతుంది అక్కడ.
ఓకే సార్.
అంటే మనకు వచ్చిన ఆన్సర్ కరెక్టే.
ఓకే సార్.
ఇక్కడ ఇట్లా ఉన్నా కూడా 2 ఒమేగా రాసినా, ఒమేగా రాసినా, 2 రాసినా, ఇక్కడ టీ వాల్యూ సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేస్తే, లిమిట్ సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేస్తే జీరో అయిపోతుంది ఇది, ఈ టర్మ్. అందుకనే మనకేం ఎఫెక్ట్ కాలేదు. ఓకే,
ఓకే.
సో అక్కడ ఒమేగా రాసుకోండి మీరు. రైట్, ఇప్పుడు స్క్వేర్ రూట్ ఆఫ్ ఇంటిగ్రల్ ఆఫ్ రూట్ ఆఫ్ స్క్వేర్ రూట్ ఆఫ్ లిమిట్ సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేయండి. I1 స్క్వేర్ క్యాపిటల్ టీ ప్లస్, ఒకసారి ఇక్కడ చూడండి, క్యాపిటల్ టీ సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేస్తే ఇది క్యాపిటల్ టీ వస్తుందండి, ఇక్కడ జీరో అయిపోతుంది. 2 into 2π/t into క్యాపిటల్ టీ, టీ క్యాన్సిల్ అయితే 4π, జీరోనే కదా. అక్కడ కూడా sin 4π జీరో, బై 2 ఒమేగా ఉన్న ఒకటే, 2 ఉన్న ఒకటే, అంటే అఫ్ కోర్స్ 2 ఒమేగా రాయాలి కంపల్సరీ, అక్కడ జీరో అయిపోతుంది. కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ క్యాపిటల్ టీ ఉంటుంది, అంటే I0 స్క్వేర్ క్యాపిటల్ టీ బై 2 ఉంది కాబట్టి బై 2 రాయండి. ఓకే, ఇది అయిపోయింది. నెక్స్ట్ ఇక్కడ మైనస్, ఇక్కడ ఏమొస్తుంది చూడండి, 2I1 I0 బై ఒమేగా ఇంటూ ఫస్ట్ అప్పర్ లిమిట్ సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేస్తే 2I1 I0 బై 2 ఇంటూ అప్పర్ లిమిట్ సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేస్తే 2 ఒమేగా ఇంటూ అప్పర్ లిమిట్ సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేస్తే cos 2π/t ఇంటూ టీ, టీ క్యాన్సిల్, cos 2π అంటే 1 కదా, కాబట్టి మైనస్ ఇంతే వచ్చేది. ఇప్పుడు లోయర్ లిమిట్ సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేస్తాం, ఇది జీరో అయిపోతుంది, ఇక్కడ జీరో అయిపోతుంది, ఇక్కడ జీరో అంటే cos 0 1 కాబట్టి cos 0 1 కాబట్టి మైనస్ 2I1 I0 బై ఒమేగా కదా, మైనస్ 2I1 I0 బై
ఒమేగా సార్.
ఒమేగా. ఇక్కడ 2 ఎట్లా వచ్చిందండి? ఇందాక టీ సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేసినప్పుడు 2 రాదుగా. ఇందాక టీ సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేసినప్పుడు 2π/t క్యాన్సిల్ అయిపోతే 2π, cos 2π అంటే మనకి 0 1 కదా, cos 2π అంటే మనకి 1 కదా వచ్చేది, కాబట్టి 2 మైనస్ 2I1 I2 బై ఒమేగా, I0 బై ఒమేగా అంతే, 2 రాదు. ఓకే, ఇక్కడ 2, ఇక్కడ కూడా సేమ్, జీరో సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేసినట్టు మళ్ళీ సేమ్ వాల్యూ వస్తుంది. అయితే లోయర్ లిమిట్ సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేసినప్పుడు మైనస్ రాయాలి కాబట్టి మైనస్ మైనస్ ప్లస్ అవుతుంది, బై ఒమేగా. ఓకేనా, బై క్యాపిటల్ టీ. దీంట్లో ఈ రెండు క్యాన్సిల్ అయిపోతాయి. దిస్ ఇస్ ఈక్వల్ టు స్క్వేర్ రూట్ ఆఫ్, ఇక్కడ కూడా టీ క్యాన్సిల్, కామన్ తీసి క్యాన్సిల్ చేసేయండి, అప్పుడు మిగిలేది I1 స్క్వేర్ ప్లస్ I0 స్క్వేర్ బై 2 నా, అంతేగా. కానీ ఇక్కడ వాడు ఇచ్చింది I0 పీక్ వాల్యూ ఇది, కానీ వాడు I2 టర్మ్స్ లో ఆన్సర్ రావాలి మనకి. I2 అంటే RMS కరెంట్ కాబట్టి I2 is equal to IRMS, that is equal to I0 by √2 రాయొచ్చా? అప్పుడు I0 is equal to ఏనాయచ్చు, I1 స్క్వేర్ ప్లస్ I0 స్క్వేర్ అంటే దీని నుంచి
IRMS √2I2 రాయి,
2I2 స్క్వేర్,
Yes, sir,
2I2 స్క్వేర్ బై 2 to cancel, therefore root I1 స్క్వేర్ ప్లస్ I2 స్క్వేర్. This is the resultant RMS value of the alternating current, IRMS dash. This is the reading shown by the AC ammeter. When both AC and DC both are passing through the conductor simultaneously, then AC ammeter gives this reading, root I1 square plus I2 square. I think I1 is the DC current, or దీంట్లో కూడా రాదు, in order to remember easily. I1 is the DC current, that's why IDC square plus I2 is the IRMS current. IRMS only when RMS alternating current passes, their RMS current is this one. ఇట్లా కూడా మనం గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవచ్చు. ఓన్లీ సైన్సైడల్లీ వేరింగ్ కరెంట్ అయితేనే దిస్ ఇస్ ద ఫార్ములా, ఫర్ ఎనీ అదర్ వేరే ఉంటాయి. ఓకేనా, ఇది ఒకటి. తర్వాత ఏసీ త్రూ, మీకు మళ్ళీ ఎప్పుడు క్లాస్ ఉందండి? స్టాప్ చేసేద్దాం ఇక్కడ. నెక్స్ట్ ఇంకా వేరేంటే ఇంకో హాఫ్ అన్ అవర్ పడుతుంది ఈజీగా. షల్ ఐ స్టాప్? ఇది నోట్ చేయండి. ఓకే, దీని మీద ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఎదురుగానే. ఓకేనా, రైట్ నా ఐ విల్ స్టాప్. టుమారో విల్ డిస్కస్ ఓన్లీ 3 పాయింట్స్ ఉన్నాయండి. ఏసీ త్రూ రెసిస్టర్, ఏసీ త్రూ ఇండక్టర్, ఏసీ త్రూ కెపాసిటర్, అది ఫైనల్, అది సిలబస్. అవి ఈజీగానే ఉంటాయి, నో ప్రాబ్లం. ఓకే, ఇవి వాళ్ళకి ఇక్కడ వర్క్ చెప్తున్నా అండి. టుమారో ఐ విల్ కంటిన్యూ. ఓకే, బై ఆల్ ఆఫ్ యూ. ఓకే నాన్న,
బాయ్ సార్, హ్యావ్ ఎ నైస్ ఈవినింగ్ సార్.
థ్యాంక్ యూ నాన్న.